How do you deal with disappointment in yourself? Disappointment because you failed to meet your expectations in a career, because you didn't perform as well as you wanted to, or maybe because you messed up in this relationship, or whatever that may be, the mistakes that you did. How do you deal with that disappointment? That feeling like, oh, you're so stupid, right? And whenever your mind is judging you, saying that you're such a disappointment, that other people would be better off without you, and that you're not good for anything at all, right? How do you deal with that voice inside your head? How do you deal with that feeling of disappointment when you feel like you're not creating or producing as good as what you want to? And the way to letting go of this disappointment, I received this question in one of my recent sessions with my clients. And the way to go about this is to realize that disappointment is actually pointless. There is no point in the disappointment. Disappointment doesn't actually help with anything. We wail in the disappointment. We sit in the disappointment. We attack ourselves, right? We judge ourselves with disappointment because we think that it's going to take us somewhere, but actually it takes us nowhere. Disappointment only makes you stay stuck inside of that little stuck place, that void or that situation that you actually don't desire. It only makes you stay stuck. It only makes you stay paralyzed. Because think of it, if there is a little child and disappointed, a parent who is disappointed, admonishing her, telling her that she did things wrong, that she's a failure, that she didn't perform well, that little girl is going to end up not knowing what to do anymore. She's going to feel stuck. Perhaps she wants to cry, but even though she wants to cry, she doesn't even feel, she feels afraid of crying because the parent may tell her that still that's a disappointment. Nothing, that is not, her tears are not accepted, right? So this little girl is stuck in this paralysis mode and not knowing what to do. And the same thing, whenever you're disappointed in yourself, whenever you are judging yourself for disappointment or a failure that you created, it's actually causing you stuckness. It's actually causing you to be inside of this limbo place where nothing you do is actually working, and no matter how hard you try, it never feels like it's good enough. And the key to liberating it is to realize that this disappointment actually leads to nowhere. And if you actually want to move somewhere, the only way to move somewhere is through love. The only way for you to do what you actually desire, want to do, create what you actually desire, want to create, right? Accomplish what you actually want to do is through love. Disappointment is not going to help you, because disappointment is only going to make you paralyzed. And even if you are trying to make action, it's going to come from a place of forcing. And when you are forcing, it means it's not going to be sustainable. You won't be able to do it for long. But then this disappointment also actually is just an illusion. It's just an image that has been created from our parents, from the teachers, from the caregivers that we interacted when they were young. And any time that we make the wrong move, there's going to be disappointment. When the truth is, disappointment is actually an illusion because it doesn't exist in love. when you can love yourself, when you can love the little girl who is failing, the little girl who is a disappointment, when you can actually love that, that disappointment energy actually no longer exists anymore. Because you are not that small self that needs to fulfill someone else's expectation. Actually, there is no such thing as expectation in reality. Reality expects nothing from you. Life expects nothing from you. God expects nothing from you. It is only the ego mind, the mind that is festered with fear, festered with anger, or festered with expectation. It is only the mind that can expect, but God, love, the universe does not expect anything out of you. So can you rest in how freeing that is? How you are actually free when there are no expectations. When there are no expectations, there is actually no such thing as failure. And when there is no such thing as failure, there is no such thing as disappointment, which is the reason why disappointment doesn't actually exist in reality. It only exists in the mind. It only exists in the ego. It only exists in the mind that is suffering. It does not exist in the universal mind that is free of suffering, that is love, that is truth. And so, really think about it. What would you be doing? What would you be creating? Who would you be if you are free from disappointment? Because I promise you, when you no longer are afraid of disappointment or no longer have this feeling of disappointment, then you are free. You are free to create, do, be, do, have anything. And that is when you can actually follow your actual desire. That is when you can actually follow your joy, and everything that you do and create, it leads to joy. Because now you are not prisoned by the mind anymore, prisoned by this figure in your mind that is making you feel creating disappointment anymore. And that, my love, is where truth is, where you actually are, where you are free. And when you are free, that is when you can truly become who you desire to be, become the love that you desire, and therefore also give and receive the love that you desire. That's love. My love, if you're resonating with this video and you want to have more peace and fulfillment in your relationships, book a free intro session to find out the inner shift that your soul is asking you for in order to transform. The link is in the description box below.